What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Now, I know you guys like the weekly data mines. We don't have a huge amount to talk about, but there is something that did drop yesterday right after I made the news video, and I haven't had time to really talk about it. So let's discuss this really fast. There is a final whale banner coming out. This has got an adventurer star bond. And then there's one over here that has an assist star bond. Now, these do look like they're just bonds with a 3-star ticket. I don't know the cost of this. I'm going to guess it's going to be probably around 300 to 400 paid. So they'll actually be a really substantial value, if I'm honest. Probably the best way to get a star bond if you need a star bond, which I don't know about you guys. I need them desperately right now. You know, shy of obviously using Gnome tickets. Gnome tickets obviously being the most free-to-play way to acquire these. But these bundles look really interesting. But notice it's a little bit different than what we've had before. It is just a star bond and a 3-star ticket. So, yeah, interesting that. So it's a Hero Myth 11 draw ticket times 1. And then 11 draw ticket times 10. I just didn't notice that at the bottom here. So basically, it's a 3-star ticket for the regular banners and a set of 10 regular 3-star tickets. So I'm going to guess he's going to be about 400 paid. Anything more than that, I don't know if it's really honestly worthwhile. But if you're hurting for units that, you know, maybe dropped within this last little bit here, this is a great opportunity to acquire some of those. So I said one for the Adventurer Star Bond, one for the Assist Star Bond. The rest of our data mines pretty much is just Familia Rush. Now, so what I can do here, I'll show you the background images and all this stuff, and then we'll jump into Familia Rush real quick and kind of make this like a 2-for-1 video. This is going to be the background for one of the fights here. I believe that's the first fight. I believe that's the second fight. And then this is the third fight, which actually would make a ton of sense. But let's go ahead and jump over here, because the cells for this actually dropped yesterday, and I still haven't had a chance to talk about it. So, enemy number 1, like I said, first fight. Flaminoid. You guys know these. We fought these all over the place during the anniversary. Phantasma Killer is effective. So obviously you do want to use Phantasma Killer units. They do physical attacks of various elements are effective. All right. And we'll get to those elements here down below. And you do want to use physical on this, okay? I want to emphasize, physical is the most important thing here. Enemies, strength and magic reduction. So they will reduce your strength and your magic. So you need to be able to remove those debuffs. Allies removes debuffs. So they're going to remove any debuffs you place on them. So you do need to be cautious. You do need to watch those rotations. So this is going to be one of those situations where using your trials is going to be really, really, really important. So this being Rush means you're going to have to use trials. You're not going to, like, it's not like Royale where you're going to have 99 attempts. You're literally going to have like 4 attempts, and you're going to have to use your trial period to make sure your mock battles, I guess I should say, to make this basically work the best for you. Okay. Physical resist is down 30%. Magic resist is up 50%. So really using magic units is at a massive disadvantage here. Okay. Fire, earth, and wind and light are all 0. Dark and thunder look to be the best at minus 50, but here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I feel like water is still going to be top dog on this. We've tested the water team. You guys saw my damage test of Aisha. I actually don't even have... I've recorded the damage test of Mikoto, even though she's a single target and magic. I do really need to get that out at some point. I just have to record commentary and all that for it, so hopefully we can maybe make that happen in the next couple of days. But I kind of feel like water's still going to be the best here. I don't see thunder beating water in this particular situation, just because of how good that team really is. But it says down here, physical attacks of various elements are effective. But like I said, water I think is going to be the best still. Use characters from a water party of Unbreakable Free Spell from Part 1 and Aisha from Part 2. What teams do we always use anyway? Or a Thunder Party of Flaring Glare Ryu and Flaming Soar Asvi. They're recommending that party as well. It's recommended using Black Flame Hero Epimetheus, who boost all target attacks. And that's actually true. Epimetheus does boost AoE damage. But I kind of feel like Well, does he do 35%? I know that. Anyway, we'll build a whole team on this. And we'll talk about it. I think like the team we're going to use here is kind of a no-brainer. I think it's going to be the same team. I could test both these teams out. I don't know if I have Ryu maxed out. I'm pretty sure I have Osvi maxed out. But we can build teams and test it. But I really kind of feel like because of the support that Water has, they're still going to be top dog here. Now, that's enemy number 1. Enemy number 2. Phantasma Killer is effective on this one. The 3 flame core. Fire magic attack is effective. So they're trying to push that magic team. That actually kind of makes sense. Magic, the fire team should still be absolutely killer. I really have never done the test to test fire and water. I really need to test those two teams. I feel like they're right now going to be some of the best out there. Fire just got a massive buff if you didn't know. But I kind of feel like, yeah, fire would make the most sense here, especially considering magic and it is AoE. So magic is still going to be very preferential. Enemy strength and magic reduction. So in other words, you're going to have to get rid of those debuffs. All allies increase strength, magic, physical resist, and magic resist, and guard rate. So it's going to be hard to penetrate that. You're going to need to make sure that you're removing all those debuffs or all those buffs upon your opponents. And you need to basically strike while the iron's hot. Certain turns, they'll probably not have those. Make sure you're paying attention to numbers and when things are expiring. That's going to be very important. And they remove your buffs. So rebuffing is going to be a massive, massive, very important thing. Okay? As you guys know, saving up for a triple AoE or something like that is going to be really the best strategy here. Now, it does say fire magic attack is effective, so let's take a look here. Physical resist is down 30, magic resist is down, physical resist is up 30, magic resist is down 30. Fire resist is down 50. Earth and wind are neutral, as well as light and dark. Water and thunder are up, water up 50, thunder up 30. So really, water would be fighting an uphill battle here, especially when fire is such a good team. So you really do want to use fire here. It's literally designed so you shouldn't. You can, but you shouldn't use water. Then imagine you probably still get a pretty respectable score, all things considered. But, we could try it out, see what scores we get. But I don't have. I feel like the fire team's so good, there's no reason to use water here. Fire magic attack is effective. Aim for big damage with a team of Phantasma Killer units. Blazing Free Spell and Fiery Soul Wealth. Then Eternal Holy Flame Vesta could be a great supporter. This should be a great supporter here. If she's in your party, she can remove the enemy's buff or debuff skills. Prepare for the buff removal they will use every 4th turn by recasting your buffs on the party. So in other words, basically, save up for that fast as you can triple SA, especially when all their buffs are in place. Vesta will do amazingly when that is the case. Vesta might actually be your biggest hitter on this team. So that's enemy number 2. Enemy number 3, I think we're going to be back to water, and I'm absolutely correct here. Pandora Fatale. Fatal? Whatever it is. Pandora Fatale. I know words. I'm readed. I'll learn. Pandora Fatale. Giant Killer is effective. So Giant Killer units are going to be preferred here. Water Magic Attack is effective. Mikoto, in other words. Self. Increased strength and magic reduces all target attack damage received. So you're going to have to remove those debuffs again. All target attack and grants poison. So poison resistance is going to be nice. Though all target attacks and stun, but you could probably survive the poison. You really need stun anklets. That's going to be massive here. Or some kind of stun resistance. And decrease physical and magical resistance. So in other words, he's going to hit you pretty hard. Essays removes all enemies' buffs. They're really keen on getting rid of those buffs. So once again, save up for the triple or the quad SA and just hit him hard. A monster of Eternal Sanctuary. Watch out for the 2 types of ailments cast along with the strong all-target attacks. Counter the null ailments effect with Glorious Anklet or Assist Unit Holy Flame Formal Hestia, so that your actions will not be restricted. Beat them up with a party that includes, of course, Mikoto and Hermes. Single targeted magic attacks, blah, 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 blah. So, in other words, this is going to be... It's going to be a tough fight. But if you've got Mikoto maxed out, you're going to nail it. It's going to be so easy. So, that's pretty much that, guys. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments section down below. I know the data mines were a little weak, but I wanted to pad it out with this, and this all starts tomorrow. So start preparing now, upgrade all your units, like, comment, share, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.